Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. What's going on with Solana today? Losing a lot, 12% down. What is going on? We're going to take a look at that now here on the Solana chart. So Solana is still here on the 4-day chart. We can see it clearly moving in this descending channel. So it hasn't broken out of it. So what it's currently doing is just moving along in this channel. You know, we are overall in a downtrend still. You can see that we haven't broken out of the downtrend. We haven't really crossed any moving average. Now, what did Solana do? Why is it moving down so strongly? In my view, there are a few reasons for that, all based on the chart. So there are a few things here. First of all, what did Solana do? Solana did move out of this triangle pattern that we had on the chart here. That was expected. We talked about that. It did reach the target area here. That was expected as well. It landed here in the range between $105, $106. Yeah, that was when this target area started for the wave 4, all the way up to $128. So $128 level was fully within the expectation. Now it hasn't got there, at least not yet. Maybe it will get there. Yeah, maybe it will get there. But what it did, it came all the way up and it reached the 20-day moving average, and it bounced off that. As simple as that. It was basically getting on the shorter time frames overbought. So if you take a look on that's always what you need to keep out for, you know, keep a look out for as well. It was just getting overbought here on the 1 hour time frame, just getting too high. And then what you saw here on the 1 hour chart as well, which to be fair is not too meaningful, but we're looking really into the detail here at the moment. It was making a high here on the RSI, yeah, on the 1st of Feb. And just a few hours later, it made a lower high, but a lower high on the price, and the lower high on the RSI, indicating a bearish divergence. Yeah, so you had that coming already. You basically could have seen it coming, and then you made another high, a little bit of a lower high actually, pretty much a double top actually, but a little bit lower. So that is then an indication that it could go down again. But overall, it still is making here a higher high overall, a higher low. You know, you can see this series here of higher lows. So still all within the frame of a corrective price increase. Yeah, so I'm going to take that line out not to confuse people. But you can see that we're basically finding support here at this previous triangle. If I move that here down a little bit to make sure I capture the wicks as well, then I can actually move this a little bit, and we can see that we find support on this ascending trend line. And that's what it did. It just did overshoot a little bit. I think there might have been some positive news coming out on that day about Solana, but it did what many other cryptos did as well. It basically just moved into the wave 4 target area here. And you know, maybe this could have been it already. We saw a very strong reaction now onto that target area, which means, you know, this could have already been the wave 4. We talked about that. It did already reach the wave 4 here anyway on the 1st of February. So based on that, it could now actually continue with its correction. In my last video, I talked about the possibility that the correction could be over, but I clearly said my primary expectation is still that it will come down once more lower, and that we haven't seen the overall low yet, that this wave 3 low here at around $82 was not the low, that we're going to come once more lower here, maybe all the way down to $55. That is what I expect for Bitcoin as well, to come down once more lower. And in that final correction, then I would expect Solana also to sell off. But, and that is very important to say, I don't have these red target areas here on the chart for fun. Various cryptos have triggered them. Various cryptos have come down into their target areas, which means the overall correction in the overall uptrend in which we still are, if I zoom out, you can see it. This overall correction from wave 1 to the upside, a wave 2 to the downside, could theoretically be finished. Yeah, we have triggered the target area. We have seen an initial strong reaction to the red target area to the upside. Now, fair enough, we're back in it again, but that's why my buy orders are placed in this area as well, you know, because at any time now there is a chance that Solana could actually have already completed the correction. Now, to be fair, what I said, and that is also why my primary view still is that we are coming once more lower. This current price increase doesn't look impulsive. It looks very corrective, especially with the latest move down. So I'm not too confident that we've already seen the low, but the possibility exists. Everybody needs to be aware of that. And don't be surprised if we suddenly break out of this channel and then go up from here. That is why I have my buy orders placed at these levels. But everybody who's using them as well, and every channel member can find them on Discord, or every silver and gold member. Everybody who's using them needs to be aware that short-term price decreases are still very, very likely. But to get a foot in the door and to keep building my portfolio of solid cryptocurrencies, I am dollar cost averaging at these levels, because I think the current levels are big opportunities. And these are historically the levels where, not only regarding Solana, many other cryptos as well, historically the levels where a lot of people can get out and make a 10x, a 20x, potentially, depending on how long these will then be held. Because the correction is over here at some point. We are getting to very interesting levels yet, especially the $55 level would be very interesting. And after that, I would expect new all-time highs. That could take us all the way up to $650 plus, okay? And that would then be easily a 10x from down there, if anyone's able to catch really that bottom. That might just be a short wick to the downside. Yeah, that's my view here on Solana. Nothing too surprising. Of course, it always shakes people up a little bit if the price is moving suddenly, but we're currently finding here support on this trend line at 12 o'clock, at $94. And the next key resistance here would be at 100 again. Yeah, logically a psychological level, also a Fibonacci level. And on the way up then we've got the $107 level again, before you then are going to get to the 20-day moving average, where we already bounced off once before. Still that temporary uptrend in place, and really until we drop below the wave 3 low here of $81, yeah, I think we are still in the wave 4. We have to assume we are still in the wave 4, and primarily my expectation short term would be that we are going to try to get into the target area again, that we're getting to $128. That would be the ideal retracement level for a wave 4. It's done the minimum. That would be the ideal level. That's where I have to expect it before we then come down in a final sell-off, just to make that clear. That's my primary expectation. High probability. Doesn't need to happen. I want to be clear about that, but it's my primary expectation. All right, hopefully you liked the update about Solana. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And if you really like the content, want to see my buy and sell orders, don't want to miss when I talk about a potential beginning of an impulse for Solana, then subscribe, hit the like button, and also maybe join the membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.